Right, guys, something rather cool today, and it's not just one project, as you'll see in the thumbnail. There's actually another project as well, so keep watching, and you will see the other project. So I'm using a combination of 3x3 pine, a piece of 1x6 pine, and a 4x2. Now, all these boards here were sort of like, I wouldn't say scrap. I was always going to use it for something, but they're really sort of warped and bowed and stuff like that. The 3x3 piece was just, it's been sitting there for absolutely ever. So they're not exactly something I was going to put towards a really nice project. But I think this project turns out really well, and it's a good learning curve project for you guys. So I'm just cutting down everything. In my head, I don't know how it's going to turn out, what the dimensions are. I'm just absolutely going with the flow on this. And yeah, you'll see it probably looks a bit too big, but it's fine. It's okay. So I'm just doing a bit of marking out here. Little bit of jigsaw action shaping this. This is the bits of 4x2 I've put up. I'm just taking it nice and easy with a jigsaw there. I'm starting to really enjoy using the jigsaw. Now I'm getting more confident with it. And this is what you'll find with your tools. The more you go on, the more you can use them better, the more practice you take. Practice makes perfect, doesn't it? I mean, I'd never dream of doing cuts like this probably 18 months ago. Never. But I'm doing them. And you'll be able to do this as well. Was the cut perfect? Probably not. But, at least I'm tackling it. So I'm ripping up some of the boards. You could probably see there where they were sort of warped and cut. I'm just making best use. So as you can see, and as you see on the thumbnail, it's like a model biplane I'm making, the main project here. And honestly, this weren't planned. I just thought, do you know what? I'm going to use that wood up for something, because I had nothing else to use it for. And I know how much, like, toys and stuff can be really good sellers. So have a look at the toy market if you're makers. If you're doing the craft fairs and selling online. I'm making this for my little grandson. He can have this, and my nephew. There's the other project making. I can share that other project between my grandson and my nephew. So they're both going to benefit from this. So this little offcut here is to shape the back wing, and that little offcut I can actually use as the propeller. So that didn't even go to waste. So again, I'm just going in with a jigsaw. Them little ratchet clamps there I've got, I'll be doing a tool talk on them. They're really, really good, they are. I'm quite impressed with them. So you can make this plane as basic as you want or as elaborate as you want. I'm just trying to do it right. This is because I've never made one before, and I will put, like, I'm shaping the wings a little bit using a jigsaw, and I'll use a router and that kind of thing. It just adds them little touches to your piece. So again, I'm going in with the saw here. Now that's a slightly angled cut. Don't think I'm going off my line. I need that. Back of the fuselage, where the plane goes up and the back end nearly touches the ground. You'll see on normal planes that it sort of like angles up at the back. So I was just trying to put that into it. You can see there where I was playing with designs with the pencil marks, and I just decided to go with something a little bit more basic. I'm just taking my time here. I've got replacement blade now for my table saw, so I can get this one out and get it cleaned. There's something oddly satisfying about doing that. I don't know what it is. So again, I'm just playing with angles, just what's in my head, I'm just sort of cutting to. And this is a point where I'm thinking, oh, it could all go wrong, but you'll see at the end. You'll comment and let me know if you think it was okay. So I'm going in here with a 9.5 8mm drill bit. Now the dowel I'm using for what's going to go into these holes is 9mm, but when I've tested it against a 9.5mm drill bit, it fits perfectly, especially with the glue, and it hardens up really well. So these are a little few small parts for the, you know, the carriage for the wheels. I didn't know how to make them, so I've just gone off what I thought was right. And again, bringing the hand tools into play, just as and when I can. I'm not going to be going all into hand tools or all into this. A good mixture of everything, and if you can sort of learn a bit about everything, it's a good thing, really. You don't have to be a master of none, unless you want to be, of course. So I'm just going over all the edges, just rounding everything over, just taking the sharp edges away, and then sanding. Everything gets sanded in the end to a 180 grit. But I'm just sanding as I go along, just to sort of tidy it up. It just helps me visualise things a bit better. So I've just made the undercarriage. I've lost footage of me making some of that, but you sort of get the gist, and they work. Never made them before. I was quite pleased with them, and I'm just screwing them down onto the underside of the fuselage there, and that gets screwed into the bottom wing. So it's like a biplane design. Now, if some of you guys have made these before and see that maybe I'm not doing this quite right, please comment, because every little helps, and we all learn together. And other people see them comments, so I'm just squaring everything up here. And guys, if you can and you're watching and you're enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. My channel needs a big boost. I'm trying not to have sponsors on my channel or anything like that, you know, where I start talking about some business somewhere. I'm trying not to, but, you know, at the end of the day, I've got to do something. So the more subscribers I can get, the more that'll help. So them little pinholes from the brad nails, I'm just going over with a bit of glue, then I'll sand over that. So I just got a bit of dowel there, and I used the Forstner bit to cut a sort of recess in there, and I'm just putting that dowel in to act as a man. And knowing my grandkids' age, I've glued that in and secured it. So I'm using the dowels here now for the wings. These are 9mm birch dowels. And this was the bit that worried me, whether it was going to line up. But it all worked sort of well. It was a bit of a faff getting them all lined up here, but it worked okay. I weren't dissatisfied with it one bit, especially when it was the first time I've made one of these. So I'm fixing down the back wing now. There'll probably be a technical term. It won't probably be called a back wing. I ain't got a clue what it's called. And a propeller. And there's that little... I'm just using a dowel to go in. I'll put the propeller, let that dry, put the propeller on, and then a piece over the top, so that will allow it to spin. Just tap it in lightly. I'm just going over the little propeller, making sure all the sharp edges are off. Now where them dowels have come through, I'm just going over, trimming all the excess off and then sanding. And what I did is I levelled that up. That's why I thought was right, to make sure I can level it up, let the dowels come through so I can get them level. So a quick coat of spray, lacquer, after it's all been sanded. So now to get on to the second bit of the project. You've probably seen a little bit at the beginning of the video where I was doing it. I got let down off Amazon with some like little wheel disc things, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut my own. I've got an old cutter set, and this is a off-cut of plywood, 18mm ply that I'm using. Maybe I should have used something different if I could go back now. But it worked just for this, the first time I've made these. So I went in one side and then turned it over because it was quite tough getting through the hardwood ply with the old saw. And this is for the axles to go through. So the dowel is 9mm and I'm using an 11mm bit here to allow the axle to spin. Now there's other ways of doing this. You can put slots in the bottom there, then put a strip of wood at the bottom. I see a lot of people doing that. So I just need to widen them holes a bit. When I used the hole saw, it created an hole. So I'm just going through now and making that wider to accept the dowel, which is a 9.5mm bit, which just floats right through the wood. Now I'm just cleaning them off because they're a bit rough, and then just going over the bits of 4x2 that I've shaped. I'm just giving that a clean before I put it away. Always clean your tools. After every use, clean your tools. This is why my tools always look in really good condition, because I give everything a clean. So I'm just using a Forstner bit here. This is a 30mm bit. I swap it out on some of the others for the 35mm bit. I think the bit was a bit, getting a bit blunt. So again, rounding over everything. Just nice to the touch. Little kids are going to be playing with these, so... And this is one of them great projects that you can do with your grandkids and kids, and you'll make memories with these. I remember being with my granddad in his kitchen when I was about 4 or 5 years old, and he'd make stuff, and them memories always stick with me. And, if you can do this with your grandkids and your kids, they're the kind of memories that will live on forever. That honestly, they love it. Kids will love it. And I'm just gluing one side of the dowel, popping a wheel on, letting that dry for 20 minutes, half an hour. Then I just pop them through and, connect the other wheel to the dowel. I'm just making sure the worst side of them wheels are on the inside. So I'm just cutting the excess dowel off now. Just take your time. And again, I'm just make sure you've got an appropriate mask while spraying lacquer. Get a proper rated mask. And I'm just going to go over with a couple of coats of this acrylic lacquer. So you've got a bus, a truck and a car there. There was going to be one of each, but one blew up when I was making it. So here they are finished. These are little sort of trucks and buses and car, just basic fun toys for kids. Young kids will really appreciate these. These are good sellers. Honestly, you have a look on Etsy and what people are charging for stuff like this, and you'll be quite surprised. And they're so easy. And here's the biplane. It's a bit on the big side. I mean, my little grandson will be able to sit on the top of that, but it is what it is. It's not going nowhere. It's solid and robust. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you actually think of it for the first go, and get out and make your own bowing. Looking at the top there, I need to re-sand the top. I can still see a bit of glue residue, but I'll do that off camera. I even got the wheels in it. I'm quite shocked I could make this, actually. And there we go. There's the little cars again. So anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure, watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It makes a massive difference to what I'm trying to do. Not educate people, but bring people together, and we can all learn together. Get out in your workshop and get these made. Really nice project. I really enjoyed doing this one. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and on to the next project.